Hey Alex, so here is your next set of strength stuff. This round there will only be 2 workouts, an A day or a B day, so there won't be a C day. And for each of the workouts you'll always start them with the mobility and activation stuff, same as we've been doing. Those are just really great foundational pieces to keep into all of those workouts. So then our A day, it will be 3 different supersets. So for the first superset, we have a sumo squat press and then a single leg tip over, adding an airplane to it, so it's a little more than we had that first round. So first, I'll show you the sumo squat press and then the single leg tip over with airplane. So we had the squat press and we had a sumo squat. Combining those, we're gonna take that wide stance and then just taking it down nice and deep, get as low as you can here, straight on up through to that press at the top, really squeezing the glutes. Okay, so that's our sumo squat press, and you'll go through and do 10 of those, and then our single leg tip over with an airplane. So you're gonna start off, same thing we did last time for the tip over, but then you're gonna just give a rotation, trying to tap down your hand towards the toe with the left, back to the center, hand to the toe with the right, and then all the way back up. So that's 1 repetition. You'll do that whole thing on each side, so 4 times. So you go back and forth through those 3 rounds total. Then moving on to the next superset, we have a sprinter start lunge. So this is a little bit more dynamic. It's gonna add a little bit more power. And then an alternating row, a bent over alternating row. So the sprinter start lunge, I'll show you at 2 angles. You'll start off, just whichever leg is going back, this arm reaches down towards the ground, almost like you're at the start line of a sprint, of the 100-meter dash. This arm's just kind of back here, and you're gonna come up, explode up, and pop off this leg. So that's 1. We'll just stay on that same side, okay? You'll do 8 on each side, and then we have the alternating bent over row. With these, I want you to start at the top. So you're gonna hinge, hips pop back, start up here, and then down, 1, 1, 2, 2. Give you this angle too so you can see this. So hinge, start up here, 1, 1. Okay, so you go back and forth through those for 3 rounds. And then our last superset is a dumbbell half moon and a quadruped. So both these really more focused on core than anything else. For the half moon, you'll be able to grab 1 dumbbell or really any weight that you have. Keep your feet right underneath your hips, almost together. Standing straight up, extend the arms here. And then just like a yoga half moon, you're just going slightly over to the side, back up to the center, over, back up to the center. So that is all the control really coming from the side of the body to pull you back up. And then quadruped on the hands and knees. You'll do touch and extend. 10 of them on one side, and then switch over to the other side. That quadruped, really focus on the stability through your low back, trying to keep it stable. If you had something on your back, it wouldn't rock off. So that was your A day workout. Now we'll talk about the B day workout. So we have a slider lateral lunge. We were doing a reverse lunge for the last set of strength stuff. Now we're going lateral with this. Again, if you're on a hard surface, you could just have your foot in your sock and you'd slide. If you're at home doing it on carpeting, a furniture slider or a paper plate or something works too. So a slider lateral lunge, reverse fly, so keeping that in just like we had before, and the push up with the rotation just like we had before as well. But to go over those again, I'll show you here. Slider, lateral lunge. So the leg that's moving is staying straight and going out. Keep your body up nice and tall. We're just gonna take it out, whatever range of motion feels comfortable. You can't see my toe in the screen, but it's pointed forward. And then pulling in, pushing up. So I'll show you here. Toe stays pointed forward. So by pointed forward, I mean it's pointing straight forward like my hip. I'm not letting it rotate out there. Keep it out here. And then pushing up. So keep it with a range of motion that you can have a nice smooth glide in. If you get out so far and all of a sudden you're like stuck and you're trying to pull it back in, then just back off that range of motion. Maybe don't quite go quite as deep. But you'll do 8 of those on each side. And then you go to your reverse fly. So just like before, we're hinging here, dumbbells right here, squeezing the shoulder blades together, not letting your shoulders pop up here, so really keep them relaxed down, and then fly. So 8 of those, and then your push-up rotation, 8 total push-ups, so 4 to each side. You're gonna just take it down in your push-up, and then rotate. Okay, so you go through those three exercises 3 times through, and then for the last part of the B-day, we just have a superset, 2 exercises. A plank with a shoulder tap. So you'll set up in a nice sturdy plank position. I prefer on the hands for this. You can always do it on the elbows if your wrists or something are bothering you, but I prefer up on the hands. Again, not letting your shoulders up here, really keep them back. So bringing the feet out here, a wider base for your feet is gonna tuck my shirt in. A wider base for your feet is going to give you more stability. If you want more of a challenge, keep a narrower base with your feet. And then all you're gonna do is just tap your shoulder, okay? Trying to minimize the rocking of your hips. So when you go to tap, you don't wanna have your hips rocking back and forth. So really trying to keep the stability down here. And then standing up, we've got prisoner squat jumps. So again, this is gonna be, for the B-day, the more explosive, powerful movement. So prisoner squats, remember we did these last round. You're just right here, down and up. But now we're gonna add the squat jumps. So just down, 1, 2, 3, okay? 10 of those. And I really want you to try to stay in that prisoner position just because it helps keep that upright posture. Really, really great for core strengthening as well. So you'll go 3 rounds of those 2 exercises, and that's your B-day. So hopefully that gives you a little bit of an explanation of each of these, and then we can talk on Wednesday after the Foo Run for Hills. So I'll see you then. Bye-bye.